Yo, what's up guys? We're back here with another car review. I don't know what kind of character I'm going for with this, but we do have a quick thing to talk about because I recently just watched it and I'm kind of hype off it and I want to talk about it real quick. That of course being the 2-episode OVA special thing that came out for Quintessential Quintuplets. Now, if you saw when I uploaded my Quintessential Quintuplets rant video, I guess is what you could call it. It was a review, but it was more of a rant. I was more complaining than praising, but I mean, it's the end of the day, Quintessential Quintuplets, it's one of my favorite romance anime. Definitely at least top 10. But recently, in lieu of the movie like releasing on Blu-ray or something, I don't remember what the specific is, but they released 2 newly animated specials that were sort of covering like little in-between bits that were left out in the anime from like the manga, giving a little more context and just filling out certain scenes that happened in the movie. And I gotta say, bro, after finally watching these 2 episodes, because like for the past couple months, ever since AX happened, like we've been hearing rumor and seeing like trailers for these specials, and then now they finally came out. Like, bro, I gotta say, bro, these 2 specials, they pulled out all the stops in terms of the animation. They gave a whole new OP for literally 2 episodes. Dude, I kept finding myself watching this every time something would happen. I'd just be like, all right, we gotta run it back now. Just reanimate the whole show to make it look like this. Like, obviously I get it. It makes sense. Like, they only had like just 2 episodes. So it's just like, yeah, go whole hog. Dude, holy fuck. I can't get over just how amazing these 2 things look. Like, it makes me so sad because the show looked fine. Like, I thought like the art and mainly season 1 like looked pretty good. Like season 2, I know people have their gripes with it, but I still think season 2 looked pretty decent. Bruh, nothing compares to what these 2 specials were, bruh. My girls have never looked so good. I mean, since this is only a 2-episode thing, I might as well talk about the spoilers in it, I guess. But I guess overarching spoilers for the end of Quintessential Quintuplets. The biggest thing with this is that like the last half of the 2nd episode gives a lot more emotional stuff to Yotsuba. Once that started happening, I was just like, all right, fuck you, whoever made these specials, because obviously, you know, one of the biggest complaints people have with the end of Quintessential Quintuplets is like, yeah, Yotsuba won. Not necessarily mad at that. I love that even in the thing when she has like flashbacks to other moments, it literally is just like, yeah, that was the one scene, all those scenes that were like seconds in length as compared to Miku and Nino's like minute-long, episode-long arc scenes. I'm still not salty about it. To be fair, the first scene in the special was like a really nice scene between Nino and Futaro, which I was just like, that's good. I mean, this whole special thing was just like giving a scene to like each of the girls, except Ichika. Ichika never really got that, but to be fair, like Miku and Ichika sort of shared a scene thing, because like it starts out with Nino, her and Futaro have like a scene in like the hospital where like it sort of is breaking down the mental strain that is trying to deal with the tsundere. At the end of the day, I still love them. And then like Miku and Ichika have like this babysitting thing with Futaro where they're babysitting and there's like some fun stuff there. One of my favorite scenes is where like they're playing house and then like Futaro's like, yes, Miku, I will marry you so you become mama. I'm just gonna have that scene out of context and just have it be my canon right there. And then like the 2nd episode is more context given to like the opening water park scene that's in the movie. Like there's more dialogue, there's build up for it. There's a weird scene between Ichika and Futaro, because did I say Ichika? I meant Itsuki. Itsuki has always been the weirdest one for me. Like I even talked about in my review for it, like she's actually my least favorite of the quintuplets, at least from like a romance perspective. Like her character is still really fun. She's just someone who's trying to be the mother figure, and I think this special actually gave really good, it fleshed out more of that side of her character, and I really appreciated that. Like her just wanting to make sure that there's no chaos between everybody, because at this point, like there's a funny diagram where she's just like, oh yeah, it's clear that like, yeah, Miku, Ichika, Nino, and even Yotsuba, it's like they all like Futaro and I'm just here existing. But I mean, she realizes like, yeah, Yotsuba, Miku, and Nino, it's like, yeah, they like Futaro, but then like Ichika has like a question mark. Obviously she likes him, but like after the end of season 2, it's a weird thing with her. And then of course the 2nd special ends with like this emotional scene with Yotsuba, and I'm just like, fuck you for now making me give a shit about Yotsuba after now going through the emotional toil that was the end of the movie. But it was still sweet. Like, you know, it delved more into her emotional side of just like showing certain scenes whenever they interacted. I will say it did make me want to rewatch the series again. and even sort of rewatch the movie now having like more context for it. It's a shame that it's so short, man. I kind of wish it was more along the lines of what Horimiya is doing with its current second season, or the missing pieces, where it's not necessarily a second season. It's animating certain scenes that were left out in the manga, or that were left out in the anime adaptation of the manga. Just sort of having more fun times with these characters. I kind of wish this was more along that, where it was just a full-length season. Like, obviously the quality wouldn't have been as good, but even still, like, just make it a full season and maybe make the episodes like half as long or something. I would have taken that. I just want to see more of this series, bruh. It was way too short, and it just was ended so messily and abruptly. But after watching this special, it made me sort of take a step back and be like, you know what, Yotsuba, she's still a fun character. All of the characters are fun characters. That's why I love Quintessential Quintuplets so much. You look at it and you think like, oh, this is gonna be another messy, just whatever, trashy harem. And it's like, no, there's actually care and thought put into developing each and every one of these characters. It's the quintessential quintuplets because they are important as shit. Each and every one of them serve their own purpose and role in the story, and it's really felt. If you're at all fans of Quintessential Quintuplets, absolutely check out these two specials. Like, they were just a treat to watch. I gave obviously praises to the girls, but honestly, it also delved a lot into like Futaro's character as well. Like, I think it gave a lot more context going into the movie that he is starting to think more about like the romance side of things with these girls. Like, he literally has a book that's just like, oh, romance for dummies kind of thing. It's like, bro, that's cool. It makes you realize it's like this dude actually developed. He's not a boring character. He's never really been a boring character to me. Like, yeah, he's kind of been a little dull-headed, but like that's every main character in a romance story. But despite it being the quintessential quintuplets and mainly focusing on like the 5 girls, Futaro being the 6th and overall the main character through which we experience this story, this fleshed out each and every character even more, despite it only being 40 minutes total, even less than that, more like 30 with like OP and ED combined. But absolutely, if you loved Quintessential Quintuplets at all, check out these 2 specials and let me know what you thought about them in the comments down below. This was just my quick review on it because I literally like just watched it a couple minutes ago. It was just so good. Loved it so much. I really hope we maybe see more Quintessential Quintuplets in the future, but I doubt it because at this point, what else could they do besides reanimating it? That's not like they need to. The series still looks good as it is. Either way, this was my review of these specials. Join me for many other fun reviews of other one-off stuff, be they anime, movies, games, anything, to come in the future. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.